Anything on insurance, whether you want to buy or maybe you have a policy that you have never understood 100%, keep sending those questions. We deal with them and we do detailed video for you to make sure that you understand. The point here is we want to encourage you to consume insurance responsibly, and responsibly I mean from a point of understanding. Elewa kwanza ndio ununue to avoid frustrations. Okay? Now in today's conversation we have guests and we keep bringing experts in insurance to make sure that we are tackling these questions in a professional way. Leo tuko na wageni. Before we get to the question, I think we only have one guest who is very familiar in this channel. So tutaanzia introduction hapo, tuambie wewe namba gani?
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Peter Mutema Kamau, a financial coach. And thank you very much for coming me to this channel.
Yes.
To be able to discuss on finance matters.
Kabisa.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Peter. And we hope to have a very great conversation. Sasa wewe utajiintroduce ama utaintroduce mgeni?
Introduce hii kikao.
Yes.
Tunaka.
Definitely.
Yes. So guys, again, let me welcome you to where we are holding this conversation. That is the Scenic Studios in Juja City Mall.
Yes.
Yeah, if you have the intention of maybe having an outdoor photo shoot, in the photo shoot, this is the best place you can be.
Yes.
So let me just say, for the sake of those who might not have heard from me before, my name is Elijah Mwai. I'm also a financial advisor.
Yes.
And we are not here to sell you insurance.
Yes.
Yes, we are here just to educate you.
Definitely.
So that if you have or you come across
Yes.
someone who is selling you an insurance, you can compare and see which is the best alternative.
Yes.
Yeah, we have varieties of vehicles you can use to save. Yeah,
That's good. Perfect. So in today's video, we have a very good conversation touching upon education policies. And the question is, one of you sent me this question, alikuwa nataka kujua what's the difference between saving for education through bank, the difference between bank and insurance in terms of saving for education. So that's the conversation I want us to have. But before we go there, why is it important? Why is it important to save for education? Whereas I can maybe invest in a business, and maybe by the time mtoto anafika kwenda shule nitakuwa nimejenga biashara in a way that is going to sustain the education of the kid. Why is it important to save for education? When you start with
I think that one, Martin, is a very good question. That is as far as the education of our children is concerned. And basically, what from where I stand,
yes.
the greatest investment that you can ever make is investing. We say is a sole responsibility from our God. It is an investment that you do make without expecting a return. But at the end of the day, that is the only investment that your child can go with all the way.
Yes.
And people have been having different vehicles that have been helping them as for the education of their children is concerned. And I strongly believe as we move on, I know we are going to expound more with them. So it is very important that we secure the education of our children, because we can't compare that one with a business.
Yes.
Because we need we find ourselves disposing these properties even because of other things. But when we come and specifically say that we want to have a certain package as far as the education of the child is concerned, it means we have committed ourselves to that, and we can't divert from that. So that one is a very critical topic, and I know as we move forward, our clients are going to be more enlightened.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So Elijah,
yes.
I have a question. I'm a client. I've done business for quite some time, and I feel like me investing in a business, those at the end of the day, what we are trying to tell clients is you need to have money or to have a guarantee that you, by the time you work on the shooter, you have the cash. if I do my maths, if maybe investing in education policy is not going to give me as much in terms of return, why should I not invest in a business? Or your person in business of because at the end of the day, what I want is money.
Yeah, great. So let me start from where Peter has left.
Yes.
So for education, ni ile kitu nasema ni mandatory. Ni kama mzee. Unajua mtoto akifika ile stage anahitaji kuingia maybe high school, definitely huna choice. You'll have to do it. Yeah. So you don't have a lot of potential in that.
Yes.
And you can only have that money. Maybe you will save ama huja save. So what you do is this. If you choose to wait, of course you know the implication. You can choose to wait until hiyo wakati. So if you choose to wait, and possibly your child, today's children are quite unpredictable. Yeah, unasomesha mtoto anapita vizuri sana beyond the level of your expectation. So what do you do? And you have not put anything or any amount for him or for her. So you may be forced, as Peter has put it, you may be forced to dispose something, or maybe a land you have got in the name of educating that child. And sometimes it takes those who have pieces of land and have tried to sell them can agree with me. Sometimes when I take back 2 years. And here is the school fees that is required urgently. You go with that story, ukimejaribu kuuza shamba imekosa mtu wa kununua. So that is the first alternative. You don't want to do it. The other alternative is to put something small every month, or depending on your affordability. So that by the time unafika pale already, you've accumulated a good amount of money for to take them to school.
Mimi ni mwanabiashara, najua sisi watu tunaangalia nje sana. So ningetaka kujua apart now from hiyo kuniambia msee ndio mtoto wangu akifika kwenda shule hasa mama, what is the interest bit of it?
So
Should I look at the interest or should I look at the assurance that by the time you want to go to the shule hasa mama, is there some business we are doing when we are doing another education policies? Maybe we can start with it.
okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, and I also support what Aja has said, but we need that guarantee that as far as the education is concerned. Sometimes you get many people, it reaches to a point maybe whereby maybe at that particular time maybe the child is going to school. You get maybe due to various maybe challenges here and there, that maybe especially right now when COVID came, we get that people had a lot of challenges as far as investment is concerned. And so one purpose or the reason as to why we need to set aside a certain amount of money specifically for this. Number one, you need to have that aspect of planning. You need to plan for that education of that child. Number two, we need to have what we call security. That education of that child needs to be secured. And also, number three, we need also to be tended. That is because as far as our systems are concerned, you get their structure in a certain way. So the moment maybe a child is born, we are able to guide you as far as maybe that guidance is concerned. And that's where now we come up now with there are people that prefer to go the bank way, and also we have other people that prefer to go the insurance way. Yes.
All right, now you have brought us to now the point where we need to discuss about the difference between in a bank as opposed to insurance. That's the question that we wanted to tackle. So now that we have laid the foundation, I want us to look at the difference. You already have a junior account in the bank. Why should I have an insurance? What is it that we're offering that I don't get to the bank?
Yeah, so thank you, Martin.
Yes.
What I will tell our viewers is this. We have different vehicles of educating children. Yeah? One of them is you may opt to run a business, but what we understand is that business have a lot of dynamics. Sometimes you may think that let me start accumulating something in my business, and something happens like COVID, how Peter has put it. Yeah, COVID comes, we close the shops. What happens? Mtoto hajaekelewa jiwe. So the child is still growing. So that is one aspect why you may not really look at savings for education from an angle of profit. If you do that, you are lost. So wacha tuondoe kwanza biashara. And we say that we have different other vehicles we can use to put something aside for our children's education. One is the one that we mentioned,
Yes.
bank. Number two is an insurance. Yeah, those are the main two vehicles we can use. So why would you opt for a bank and another one opt for an insurance? So because of two major reasons. Education and retirement are almost similar because of their long-term nature. They take quite a long time before they come to materialize, before they come to materializing. The same thing with retirement. You may get a child today and he can take that years before he completes the schooling. The same thing with someone who intends to retire. So if you, let's take a case now in 30 years, one of the things that can happen is what if you die prematurely? Who takes care of that child? If you had some money in an insurance, what happens? So for an education plan, you need to look at the guarantee. Are you guaranteed that if you either die, because those are things that keep on happening, yeah, who bears that burden of educating that child? Is it the mother? Or let us call it is it the spouse? Do you feel that the spouse can comfortably carry that burden to the end? Yeah? Or we are not talking of legs, as majority of us might think. We are talking of you losing sight. If you lose your and let me say this, insurance lazima ununue, yeah, and you don't need to believe in it. But there are those beings that didn't have an insurance. What happens? The only other person who takes care of that happens. The only other person who takes care of that family is either your firstborn or your spouse, which sometimes in Ambidi are remarried. Looking at the most critical stage before your child being maybe high school, that is 3 years, or stage before your child being maybe high school, that is 3 years or 6 years. Yeah, kuna shamba maguta, what happens?
Utalima hiyo pesa.
Yes. Yeah, kuna shamba maguta, what happens?
Utalima hiyo pesa.
Yes, hiyo pesa ya mtoto ndio utatoa kidogo, or we do it entirely.
Yes.
And go take care of
Yes.
and go take care of that.
You keep bringing the issue of if something happens, maybe death or disability or something like that. Now the question I want to ask, by the time I'm taking this insurance cover,
Yes.
I feel I'm okay financially because I'm nimewekelea 10,000. Nasema hiyo 10,000 zisimamie junior and senior. Chukua hiyo 10k lakini nimefika policy something happened or maybe I'm out of job. So I'm not able to sustain this policy. So what are the options?
Okay. I think that one is a very good question. Now, maybe to go back a little bit.
Yes.
I think the African culture that we have, many people want to put their money where, in case of any challenge, they can access that money. Because each and every institution, the way it is structured to be able to solve or to give a certain solution. So we are not saying that banks are good, insurances are good, but use them in the right way. Because you get many people, they say that they are opening up an account in the bank specifically for their education. Lakini unakuja unapata mtu ameweka pesa pale, akipata na changamoto anaenda anatoa. But when you come to this other side of the insurance, it gives you what you call dispute of money imekosekana mahali pale. There's no, at a given point, if you are serious with it, you are going to get that money.
Yes.
So in terms of accessibility, when it now going back now to your question.
Yes.
Like when COVID came, what happened? The way companies have been when COVID came, what happened? The way companies have been structured. What I'm saying is that the way insurance have been structured, there's no client that is supposed to lose his or her money. But it now has been diverted to another channel. Challenges are there and they are part and parcel of life. So what happens perspective of the insurance? Because there's that aspect of the benefit and also the interest. And now, after you have been given this grace period, a client maybe are gone, maybe due to the challenges, he has kicked maybe several or a couple of months back. A client can create. So the client is allowed to do the revival, either to pay the arrears at the reduced premium, you clear. If maybe you had gone for 7 months and you had a policy of maybe 10,000, and now for the entire period of 7 months. Another thing, we can do what you call rescheduling of the maturity date. We can reschedule it through what premium, but there is an effect that will happen to that policy of the contract. That means now we are going to come up now with another new contract. So that means if maybe with that 1 million, and now you have reduced, as far as our budget was concerned, we had budgeted for 1 million for the education of this child. And due to maybe those financial constraints here and there, those challenges, our premium, it means it is going to affect our maturity, and also it will also affect the entire bonuses that maybe the client might be entitled to. So, and that one is one of the critical part that clients are not observant as far as the contracts are concerned, because a contract is a contract, and maybe if one of the parties does not abide to the contract, it means that some of the terms are going to change. So that is the process of how a client can come back, and also there's what you call the surrender. Surrender, what happens with the surrender? We have some policies that you can surrender on the 2nd year, and others on the third year. And you have 2 options. You might maybe have contributed maybe a certain policy that its surrender is allowed on the 2nd year. What happens in the 2nd year if maybe you are unable to continue? What happens is this. You can adopt what you call an automatic payback. It means the amount that you had accumulated for those 2 years, if the policy was to go for 10 years, an automatic payback means that I still want to remain with you and I've contributed a certain amount of money, but the contract ends on the 10th year. A certain interest on that amount of money on the 10th year. There are those also that might maybe decide to surrender on the third year.
Maybe just to clarify.
Yes.
This is the 2nd year.
Yes.
I had contributed 200,000.
Yes.
In unable to pay for some reason. So for me now, for what you're talking about pay that, I'm going to get 200,000.
Yes.
But plus interest, but not at that point, the
Yes.
2nd year.
Yes.
In the 10th year.
The 10th year. So this client has to wait.
Oh, this okay.
Because this was a contract. Surrender or for an automatic payback. And when we are talking about surrender, remember, due to to the terms and conditions of this policy or this contract, there was some of the benefits that you as the client was to benefit out of this policy. And if you have decided maybe that now I just want to surrender my policy, you don't get 100% of what you had contributed. You get a lesser amount. If maybe you had contributed 200,000, you get maybe around maybe 170, 160, depend, because now you have breached that contract. Because that contract had that aspect of insurance, that in the case of anything, we are going to compensate you and also continue with this policy without you paying the fee. Ni kama vile ukinunua gari, if you have a new car and you get a comprehensive cover, in the case that vehicle gets an accident maybe in the next couple of meters from the yard, or maybe a couple of days, you get paid back your vehicle. If maybe it had gone through the right process and also what is stipulated in the contract. The same case, because it is giving you the bonuses, the benefits, and also it is giving you the insurance. So the moment you are able to pay, you get some clients come in and say that maybe I've been deducted some amount of money because of blah blah blah. But in the case of anything, within that,
Even the first month.
yes, within the first month, if that policy was active, it means insurance is liable to pay for all the burden.
Yes, for the 10 years.
For the 10 years. And also ensure that your child, or maybe if it was an investment, that dream comes true. So I think people need to understand what we mean by insurance.
Yes.
And you get some people, maybe some people just do insurance through maybe what you call the SHA, SHIF, the NHIF. Some of us hata gari maybe ilikuwa umeona tu gari kwa barabara, but unapata mtu mwingine anakuambia mimi hata hiyo insurance scheme kama nita contribute next year, na ni health insurance. Lakini unashindwa, huyu mtu anataka kutumia insurance wakati wa kwa ICU. Si hata ni mtu mwingine aitumie, lakini wewe ukue sawa. So I always tell people that it is always good. The way we have just attached a lot of attachment to our vehicles, maybe these are the things that maybe the families and wherever, let us similarly do the same things as far as the life insurances are concerned. And life insurances are not for the poor. Even if you are saving 1,500, you are rich. Because in the case of anything, we always tell people that you are one step towards poverty. If anything happens, and maybe, let's say maybe a critical illness happens, and you are able to do what you are doing today, it means that your life is going to change.
Yes.
And you are going maybe to dispose properties, to educate your children, and you are going to dispose properties for you to be able to survive. But when you come to insurance, it makes sure it takes you back to that position that you are supposed to be. Yes.
Thank you very much for doing a good job to help us through.
Yeah.
I want us to wind up, but before we wind up, I think it's only fair to ask this question. Naona tukinunua insurance ama client, inaulizwa mambo ya age, there's an information huwa ina affect kama ni age, health. So I want to wind up with you. Tell me, how does age affect and how does health affect insurance policies?
Yeah, so two ways, or two things. One, whenever you are taking an education plan, we usually ask what's your age, yes, and what's your health status. When we talk of age, if you are young, you are likely to, because as much as it's an education plan or a saving plan for education, it also have an aspect of protection, that in the event of terminal illness, disability, or even death, and what we understand is death usually comes with age. If you are older, you are more likely to die quickly, see, or soonest. Sorry to say. Sometimes it can happen through
You just are
accident.
prone to
Yeah,
risks.
yeah, you are prone to risk. So the older you are, the more
The
prone,
riskier.
or the riskier you are to encountering these issues. That is why you need your age.
So in short,
Yes.
what I'm understanding, it's more favorable to have an insurance cover when you are
When you are
young.
still young.
So it's for young and healthy.
For young and healthy, yes. And of course, those people with
Money.
money hatutaki uchukue insurance and you are
Unabahatisha.
Unabahatisha.
So usibahatishe na insurance.
yes, kama ni kuweka, you need to understand what are the terms and conditions. We are saying that once you take up the insurance policy, you must go
It's a commitment for 18 years.
for 15 years.
15 years, yes.
Yes. But ile vile tulisema na Peter, eti an insurance si a religion, ati lazima you live in it. It's not. Yeah. Those people who sees the value of insurance will of course take it. They are those people who opt for money market fund.
Yes.
But we understand that in the event of anything happening, and we know those are things that always keeps on happening. The only money that the family can collect ni ile iko kwa market.
Yes.
So those people with money really understand. At the same time, it's a way of expanding your, let me see, your fund or your value. Because at the inception, if let's say you are taking a plan of 10,000 or 20,000 per month, it gives you a guarantee of maybe 2 million. So if something happens and you've only contributed for 2 months, that is how much. If you are putting down 20,000, that is 40,000. But the guarantee is we kuna ile value. So yes, the value inakuja automatically. The moment you take up the plan, you may create that value, but it is invisible.
Yes.
For those people who
Opt for investment.
opt for investment, they look at something different entirely.
So in short, the different, whether it's the different investments that we have, whether it's for children or money markets, these have different purposes.
They are different vehicles.
Yes.
For different purposes.
Wow, that's a great conversation we have had there. So I think we can talk and talk and talk. But for the sake of just making this video short and precise, I think we're going to stop at that point. And in case you are there and you want to have an explanation, maybe you can sorry to Jamuzia, you can always leave a comment in the comment section below, because we are going to tackle this question one by one. We want to help you understand insurance. Insurance is a mystery. And the reason why most people say or maybe complain, maybe they have been mishandled by insurance, is because some of this information is not available to you. So we want to make this information available to you. And you, by the time you know your insurance, you know the consequences or you know what to expect in case of maybe different aspects. Kama ndio mambo na magari, usichukue that part useme you are covered. Kama ndio comprehensive, usichukue then you get the point. So in short, we want to help you understand insurance into details. So thank you very much for watching this video to the end, and I hope to see you in the next one. And until we see you then, God bless you and bye bye. Are you on it? Are you on it? Tulikuwa vile? Yaani?
Ndio tu mara.
Iya. Ala.
Mereka ngapus.
Đây có ai gửi ra lại email lấy 40 minutes.
Ada video yang
Untuk para kami. Nama.
Sudah kira 2 kali. Halo. Asya. Itu bola, itu video lah.
Leo kuna wageni I think we only have one guest so tuanze
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Peter Mutabakaba. I'm a shoe coach. And thank you very much for coming to this channel.
Yes.
We want to discuss on finance matters. Thank you very much.
Wewe mteke dada ni mundu mjanja muno. Ndio. Uigirie na uigirie niki ukore kadana ati neno neno
ino ke live
bali
Kimwe na hivyo akire nginya akire. No nginya riri.
kinogo
No nginya.
promote
Ona you know the moment ingira uguo ri. Ino ikoragwo ire ingira YouTube. Wanyita. Direct.
noje kiyo tuna ini ngenda bado tukathia live nginya kwa kono kanuya no twali channel ĩyo
ini
Nĩ yandaga. No rĩu twageretie haha ĩno nĩ yaremire tondũ na nĩndendaga kũingĩra.
oh ino ya studio monika
Rona yaku muda ule ide
ni theri
Ndũĩ no rĩ wediti. Ndikĩrĩria.
haya
ndo ngera kwa limu yo kwa